Yeah. Hey everybody, how we doing? Sorry, I was trying to do all the things and trying to get the Facebook Live going. If you're watching on Facebook, do say hi. If you're watching here on the YouTube, say howdy, how do you do? Let me know if you're there in the chat. Tell me about your guitar. What are you holding? What are you playing? We got to get into the rhythm of it. We got to hit this thing. Got to make some sound. So let's start it off. Let's fire it up, gang. Oh, let's get those frets up there. And let's start playing guitar by not playing guitar. How are you? So we're gonna mute it. Just hit it on the downbeat to start with. 1, 2, 3. You gotta count out loud. I'm not counting so that you don't have to. I'm counting to show you what you should do. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Try that one. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, Daniel McKay, how we doing? 1. The SG standard from the Candyman. 1, 2, 2, bam, bam. All right, now check this out. A D minor 7, and we're gonna make it nice and punchy. We go. Woo! Bang, bang. Right? Now we got 2 other chords here. That same rhythm, we're gonna take it through. Bang, bang. Now we go up to G minor 7. And now we got an A7. Ooh, I like that. Sort of a minor blues thing. You gotta make it punchy. 3, 4, G minor 7. Play it wherever you like it, and then A7. Did you guys hear that bass line? We're gonna match that bass line in a bit. It's kinda funky and punchy. How about this sort of Jimmy chord? Try that one more time. Here we go. And then hit some in-betweens. Ba ba just hitting those muted strums. Da da 2, 3, 4. Da da 2. All right, now let's cool it off. I want you just to play a punchy little single note line here. Just hit D there on the 5th fret. Now up to G. Now up to A. Ba da da da. Okay, check it out. We go. Play that. Sort of like the ESPN riff. And then up. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, so I'll map that out for you. Come on, you can do this. So right there and right there, those are important notes because that's the root. And then that note below it is the flat 7. These are things that you gotta know. They're funky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try that. And now up to the G, and then up to that A, and then just hit maybe the chord. So it's a combination. Oh yeah. So some chords and some riffs. And then hit that D minor 7. And then G. And then bop, bop. Now check out this groove, totally different. Rinse, rinse, rinse. Get ready for this. This to me is sort of like all things blues lead to all things pop. So this was kind of coming from like the, like sort of like that uptown, up-tempo kind of like sort of Sam and Dave kind of thing, or Steve Cropper thing. Rest in peace, Steve Cropper. We were doing this all week in my community. Let me know if you're one of my members, one of my guitar friends out there, and tell me if you have been jamming along with the blues rhythm riffs this week. So check it out. That kind of stuff. So now we're in E major. What I'm trying to tell you is that blues is the engine under the hood for all the music that we love. I'm just gonna say that. I will fight anyone on that. It's the heart of it all. So we've got this nice little progression. It builds up right here between the A7 and the B7. Right, so these are kind of the elements of like the 1, 4, 5 of sort of a major sound in blues. So check out that triad right there. Can you just play that? Kind of slide into it. Give it a little bit of fun to it. Just that much. Now we got this A7 up to B7. And we'll break these moves down. So we got this kind of stuff like the nice and tasty, slinky, grooving, and you can put it in the middle of a part where you're playing. We'll do a little part like this now, and then we'll break these things down. So this is that A7. Now let's do a thing like this. So just nice and palm muted there. I love parts like this. So you can probably picture there's the whole E major pentatonic right there as a playground, right? Who doesn't love that? It's all in there. We just got to be able to kind of bop in and out of it. Because within this, getting ready for the turnaround here, come back to it now. Here we go. Are you guys seeing me there on the YouTubes? Oh my gosh. Wait, you guys can see me on the horizontal, right? Oh, I had hit go live. Oh, hey, I'll tell you what, this time around, I don't think it was even my fault. I swear to gosh. If you're only just seeing me now, you've been missing the warm-up. It's been so good. These are my OGs over here now. You're finally seeing me, right? It's live on Facebook. Let me know if you're seeing me there. Yeah. You know, sometimes I don't hit the right button, but I swear, today I hit the button. We could blame Reggie. Reggie, he's so cute, he can make me stop in my tracks and just give up the guitar forever and ever. You guys see me? You see me? Okay, all right, I'll stop being so needy then. This is a fun little groove. So let me know if you've been seeing me and playing along. We got this A7 up to a B7. My members, we have not played this week. This is a brand new groove this morning. All right, let's break it down. Okay, so to be clear, give me a 1 if you can see me right now and we're streaming. It looks like the stream looks healthy. It does say that it only just started a minute ago. So, maybe we're a little late to the party on the YouTube horizontal. And then the YouTube vertical, we're going out there. You see us there? Okay. And then over here on the Facebook, hey, Michael sees us. He says, awesome. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. And we're going to jam for the next 45 minutes or so. And we're going to be playing just elements of blues, rhythm, guitar. And blues to me can be directly in the blues, like, or it becomes the breeding ground for all these riffs and ideas that become rhythm and blues and Motown and R&B and funk and soul and rock, all the good stuff. And so what you might not have been getting the most out of up until now is the range of the guitar and what can constitute a really good rhythm guitar part. It might be, in fact, playing the chords. So let's walk our way sort of through the evolution of how you can get more out of smaller pieces. So if we have a big fat E7 chord, I want you to imagine a scenario, and in fact, we'll kind of do it right now. Let's imagine that it's just you and I, and we've got our 2 guitars and there's no band. In that case, one of us has got to play rhythm guitar. We can't both just be, I don't know, how you were raised, but if it's just the 2 of us looking at each other and we're both playing noodles around each other, that could be a very sad day in the guitar universe. We need one of us to be the band, right? So if one of us is going to be the band, we've got to simulate a lot of what we were just hearing. Hearing like the boom, chat, the drums, right? Okay, so I always tell my people, before you start playing, listen to what the drums are doing. And if there are no drums, listen to what the drums in your head would be doing. What would the groove sound and feel like? We got a camera on my foot here. I think, yeah, we see it on the vertical as well. So if I'm playing like boom, cha, I'm hoping that on your side of the screen right now, you're kind of like locking into this and counting along too. My sole mission out here in the universe is trying to get you guitar players on the other side of the screen to move your body and actually count along. So many people I see are staring there looking at me, and then I say, okay, now play for a bit. And then they just immediately try to spearfish, like they just try to stab the groove without counting yourself in. So if you can hear and feel, let's take one of these drum grooves. In fact, we got this simple one right here. Slow it down. That's coming a little bit peppy, right? But this drum pattern, it has a tempo, it has a feel. It's got like a swing feel to it, and I'll slow it down a bit so we can kind of keep up with it a little bit better. We'll turn off the bass line. 1. So keep counting with that and just strumming muted strums, right? Now if I stop this, you're still going, right? Calf Tech, slow down with the comments and grab your guitar. You know I see you there at the keyboard. Slow it down and watch the foot. Okay, now let's play this E7. Okay, so we're in this scenario where it's 2 guitar players, right? If the rhythm guitar player is playing a nice groove and just playing this E7 chord like this, that'll last about 10 seconds before, maybe 5 seconds before it just feels like, whoa, this is kind of drowning itself out. It's too much of the same thing. So what are some things that we can do? And I need your ideas. What are some things we can do to break this up? What could I do with this E7 to make it sound more like, you know, like a band or a groove, right? What are some ideas? You guys let me know. What would you do? What do you like to do when you want to take just a plain old chord that might be the correct chord? I wouldn't necessarily think about what notes I need to grab. I wouldn't necessarily go with a sus chord, but you could do a little bit like a... And if I were to do that, that might evolve into something that maybe becomes like... So actually, we start getting that back and forth, right? So let's do a little bit of that. Let's just take this E7, go boom, down. Follow that rhythm. So we go E7, then we just mash down what looks like an A. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you notice what else changed right away is that I started bringing in more of a pulse on the low end. So for starters, you're going to want to try to aim at different chunks of the string. So if I get in here on like this this angle right here, the moment that I start playing this kind of the low end and pulsing down there, I've got a bit of palm muting going on, and I'm aiming down at these low strings. I'm not just hitting all of them. And check that out. If it's like, right? So I've just got this low end, and that's kind of like the thump of the kick drum, the low end of the bass. It's very different than not letting it all ring, right? Boom, boom, boom. Nice. So let's take that idea. Boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, boom. And then you notice little details come in. When I come back into that E7, I'm doing that sort of... And when you give it a bit of that sort of that sauce, that grace note, where you sort of you're kind of hitting the minor third for a moment, you're hitting that open third string, and then you resolve it. Then you start to get in the territory of like, let's try that over this bass line. And in fact, I think we can do it the bass and the drums. Now we're going to sort of be playing along with it. I think that bass line might not have been an E. I don't know. I was hopeful. That's D. So we're gonna kill that bass line for a second. We're playing an E right now. Keep going. Keep playing that rhythm. Now you take a solo. And I'm playing rhythm for you. Switch back. Switch. And take a little breather. How did that go? Were you able to find that pocket, that groove? When we talk about pocket and groove, it's just sort of slang for like locking in with the drums. And if there are no drums, locking in with the drums in your head. You're always playing rhythm. You are always playing rhythm, no matter what. When you're playing a solo, you are playing rhythm. You are playing shaker along with the shaker that is not there, meaning you're always keeping time. So if I go, I'm ready to drop back in with the groove because I never stopped playing it in my head. If you're willing to go with me on that one idea, you're a different musician. You're a different guitar player for the rest of your life. I promise you. So yeah, we do this like, the next thing that we can do, and these are in no particular order, is that we can play some different voicings, some different chord grips of the same chord, which will start to bring out different registers of the guitar. So let me know if you are not familiar with this shape right here. So that's an E7, right? Has anyone not ever seen that shape before? It's really just, you know this as an old friend the day that you learned the C7 chord down here. So an open C chord, put your pinky down there, see that shape, and then there it is. E is your root. Beautiful shape right there. Let's play that right here over the screw. Here's an element that you want to bring in is the ability to have starts and stops. Okay, so check out the close cam here again, and when I talk about the different camera angles, I'm switching on the horizontal. But you guys have it there. Yeah, you have it in the vertical the whole time. That's great. So look at this hand here as I squeeze and press down the chord, and then when I release. Look at how subtle that movement is, but what's so important is that when I lift up my fingers, it seems obvious, I stop the sound. And the moment that you release your fingers to stop the sound, that's a musical event, meaning like you need to play that in time as well. And it starts to get satisfying because now the off, like if you consider hitting the note as the on of the note, the off of the note is as important as when you strike the note. So if we go on, off, on, off, on. And then if you do it even shorter, if you squeeze and release, try this, just, and I'll turn off any of the reverb. You and I both, let's see who can play the shortest and tightest sounding E7. See, there was a bit of at the end of that. That's what you want. The ability to have just a punch, a hit like that, just again, like a drum. So that if we were playing along, let's try playing along with this groove right here. Right? How did that go? Because if you're able to do those punchy chord stabs, you have this whole new vocabulary that you can make your guitar sound like a snare drum that also has pitch, harmony. You've got this percussive quality to it, but then you've got this, what it could sound like horns. Like you have this, it sounds like a little tight horn section, and it's all relying upon the rhythm. It's less about the notes of like, whoa, how did you invent the 13th note of the scale? It's like, we have enough notes, we understand where they are, we've heard it. What we really need is someone who can put a little personality into it. So when you do like kind of that pattern, that rhythm, that ba ba da ba ba, is more important than the notes. Because if I change up the notes and go, we're still hearing the same phrase, right? We're hearing ba ba da ba 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 da. It's way less about like, oh, he played this 9 chord and he played this 7 chord. Those are cool, and I'll show you those. Let's get into that. Because you're going to take this information of these different chord shapes that we're always trying to learn and sort of scout out. And I lay out the dots so that you can have the knowledge of where they are. But then you got to put the rhythm into it. So let's take a few different versions of E7. And now over this kind of like, I keep hearing Huey Lewis. That's the power of love. You know, that's a great tune. Great movie. Let's take this right here. So that's that, like, if you know Red House, that'd be like the, so that sort of D7 looking shape, right? But there we are. That's how you're able to find that, because this is our E, right? So these little shapes are nifty. Got to be able to see them. And I always use my roots as an anchor. Who is tuning in from the furthest away from Nashville? Who thinks they are the furthest from Nashville? There's probably some people that are in Nashville, but who is tuning in from like New Zealand or Australia right now? Let me know as we lay out some of these different lovely versions of an E7. This is in the honey mustard there, what I'm bringing in is, those are the notes of an E9. I won't circle that because that'll get confusing, because that'll make it seem like it's a root. I'll just draw these notes over here. So there's a blue dot and a yellow dot there, and that's that. And I'm just going to draw this right here as a circle, because that's a lovely add-on right there. Check that out. These are fun, tasty, juicy morsels. This last one I'll put up here for the more advanced players out here. Who here thinks they've been playing guitar the longest? Go ahead and drop into the chat the number of years you've been playing guitar. And I'm looking over here at Facebook. Sorry, I lost track of you guys over there. JB, how you doing? Scott, how you doing? Rochester, New York. That's a great place on earth. Montreal, Canada. Beautiful, beautiful cold place. Was there, I played a show there, oh my gosh, like 10 years ago. I need to get out a bit more and play some more shows. I think I drew that shape the right way. Look at this one. How freaky is that? And nice sounding. So grab from this. Imagine we're sort of raiding the fridge right now. I'll use the blue again down here, and look at all of these different ways that you can play an E7. Okay, so starting with kind of what we kicked off the broadcast with, this E7 down here. Remember where we started, this big old E7. Nothing wrong with it inherently, but look, we broke it up, just play the top 4 strings. For starters, that's great. We had that suspension. And you could just be doing beautiful, love that. And then this one here in the hot red, that's a fun grip right there, because you can hold all 4 of those strings, and it looks exactly like if you've ever played like a major 7. I'm just playing a B major 7 to show you. Look at that exact same shape. Now we're up here on the top 4 strings, right? Only 60 years. Not well. Okay. Well, all right. Well, then we're gonna get year 61 and beyond to be just cooking, right, John? John's one of our newer members. Been kicking booty in the community. By the way, I always forget because I have so much fun just hanging out with y'all. I do. But this is what we do in my community 5 days a week. And in fact, this is the 6th day. This is the bonus Saturday. So we get together and we jam live. And it's usually a shorter workout, maybe just sort of like 20, 30 minutes. But the theme of this week has been blues rhythm guitar. And I want anyone and everyone to try us out. Come check us out. You get 2 weeks totally free. The link is showing up in the chat. If you can't remember it, it's just guitarworkoutoftheday.com. And you come in and I welcome you personally. The community welcomes you. And then we get into you into a rhythm of just playing more guitar. Join us live. It's just like this. You're in the comfort of your home, and I can answer questions on the fly, the whole deal. And we stay on a topic through the week, so it stays cohesive, and you build on things. It's not like, what should I practice? And then, oh, I did that. Now what? It's like it flows into the next thing, just like we're evolving this part right here. So we got that. We got that. We got this E7 right there. We got that's a shape that we added on to this E9. That 9 chord shape is beautiful. And what we're going to do here now is one of the things that we kicked off the week with is just, and someone's already mentioned it, sliding into these chords. You'd be amazed at how just approaching and sliding into these simple chord shapes gives it a bluesier sound, and it adds a whole nother personality. So let's say if I just put on the that drum, 1, 2. So what we're going to do is take any one of these that you like, and we can't really slide into this one because it's all the way down there in the open strings. But let's take like this, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do it really slow at first. And by slow, what I mean is that we're going to slide very deliberately on the 4, on the fourth beat. So if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to start our slide on the 4 as that bar, that measure keeps looping around, right? So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, slide. And we're going to slide from 1 fret below, and you'll see what I mean. So we're going to slide from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1. Okay, let's do it half as many times. Like that's a little bit nauseating. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So when the 4 comes around every other time, we're going to slide. You could try some of these other shapes. I missed that one. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 3. Yeah, very James Brown, right? 3. Let's put this bass line behind us now, and we're going to take this, just take this one idea. So you might be thinking, well, I got it. Play it more times than you think. Anytime someone shows you a new little nugget on guitar, you think you need to play it 3 or 4 times cleanly, and then you're like, oh, I got it. I totally got it. You need to play it 30 or 40 times. You need to drill it in. It literally is something where it's like once you can get it past your thinking brain and just into your body, then it's yours. So I'm going to try to help you with giving you some more reps here. So do this one little idea, this bow, make it nice and clean and punchy. Here we go. A 1, a 2, you know what to do. Slide down. Now we're going to go to A7. Can you find A7? Slide up to B7. Back down to A7. Same thing, slide from below. One more time through, and then we'll talk about it, okay? Fun, right? Oh, you know what it is? It's skate a little lower now. It's Hey 19, yeah. Which, that's a good sign, right? Steely Dan, always making some twist on the blues. Putting sweat on the frets. All right, talk to me, Goose. How is that going? How is that treating you? How's it going? How's it going? Born on the Bayou, that could work. Yeah, for sure. See you over there, Scott McGregor. Philly, first acoustic in 1988. Oh, love it, love it. Yeah, how long have I been playing? How long have I been alive? I don't even know my name. I went to my first sort of like Christmas party of the season last night, and I was grievously overserved. There was good gin being poured by, I don't know who the bartender was, but boy, somebody had the heavy hand. Second cup of coffee right there. Side note, at the top of the hour, we're going to hop over, anyone that wants to join me, and I'm talking to my people especially, we're going to hop in on a Zoom call, hanging out with none other than Guthrie Trapp, Mike Stern, Robbie McIntosh of the Pretenders, Greg Koch, the guy who's 20 feet tall, Gristle master. And we're talking about this retreat in Scotland that I'll be attending. I went last year. Fantastic. It's called Guitar Dreams. And it's just a Zoom hang. And they'll be answering questions about it and just getting pumped and talking a bit about themselves. And come join us. I will. I'm going to see if it's all right if I drop the link even here. The more of us that can head over there, the better. And you can just hang out and watch and ask questions if you want to. And so Tony, my friend Tony Cull with Guitar Made Easy by Tony, great guy, great fellow YouTuber. And he just sent me the Zoom link, so I'll make sure that I get that to you guys before we bounce. And you're going to come in and you're going to have a great time and we're going to hang. Okay, so was that making sense? If you're watching on the YouTube, you're able to interact with this poll on a scale of 1 to 4. Is that making sense? And now I'm trying to see if there's any like burning questions. So if you have a burning question right now, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just keep on riffing in the free world. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the beauty of this, if you're watching it live, you can ask the questions. But of course, once this is done, the recording, you can slow down and play what I call Drunk Tim, where it's like, rhythm guitar. We didn't have that back in the day. Those of us that got our acoustics back in 1988, my first guitar was in like 93, I think. I had he's sitting in the closet, a Franciscan acoustic for like $99. It was great. Still love that guitar. It has some freaky tone for those strings that are 30 years old at least. Okay, good. This is making sense. So we've got these shapes, and let's just play this groove one more time and realize that, you know, the name of the game with guitar is that you get a shape down and then you can move it around. Like all these little sort of catchphrases that I come up with to try to help people remember, like, come on, it's guitar. Come on, Cohagen. You got what you wanted. Give these people air. I'm talking about Total Recall there. But you've got to be able to just take a shape that you learned down here and be able to find it. So do you feel confident you could find this shape right here for A and for B? Because this is down here for E, which is helpful when we start off this groove and we basically play E7. And you could play this as like I put the 7 in parentheses because you could play this more as like a major sounding thing. Like just as a pure regular E major triad, but bringing that 7 sound gives it more that kind of major blues, like. You know, it's that slinky kind of puts a smile on your face kind of stuff. So we do this a whole bunch of times. It's that riff basically. It's walking up, but the whole sequence there is just basically an E7, right? So we got these shapes that we have up on the board. I don't know why I'm making that E so crazy, but I just made it worse. Oh boy, it's still early for me. So that's an E, folks. And then at some point, it goes from the A up to the B, then back down to the A and up to the B. So this is like a variation of a 1-4-5, but there you go. So just I'll walk and talk through it. We've already played it, but I need to make sure you guys are getting this idea that take your toys with you, take your riffs with you, and the blues and any variation of the blues is such a good. It's a built-in gym where you have these changes that will come up where it's simple enough. It's not the end of the world. You kind of know what's coming, but you got to get ready for that 4 chord and then get ready for that 5 chord. So here we go. 1, a 2. So I would take this slide game. Whoa. That doesn't happen often. And take it to different shapes. Now I'm getting ready. Here comes the A, and I got to prepare so I can smoothly be there with that slide before, right? You know what I mean? Okay, let's get some of the Steve Cropper vibes going here, and we'll move to a different groove. I can't remember. These are some of the ones from earlier in the week. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, yeah. See, this is nice and slow. Stays on just 1 chord. Let's try this. All right, so who can tell me, who can use their ear and sound out what key this riff is in? Michael B in the house. It's good to see you, Michael B. Yeah, we're having a good time. We just dropped a new piece of merch. I don't know why I'm telling you if you're not in the community, but you can buy it. I mean, it's great. I'm just excited because we now have this hoodie that says "Putting Sweat on the Frets." And I do have to admit, one of our members pointed out that when I posted this yesterday, for about 5 minutes it had a typo in it. Because, yes, I collaborate with AI. So I did all of the fretboard work and the color and all the layout there. I'm pretty good in Photoshop. But originally there were 2 I's. There was a second I in there. So it was like, put it in, sweat on the frets. And I know that the first person that ordered was a guy named James in our community. And I hope to gosh that I was able to switch the artwork quickly enough in time so that he might get the one misprint that has the put it sweat on the frets. In which case, I hope he embraces it and I'll send him a corrected one. But anyway, we're putting sweat on the frets. That's our goal. Oh, so what do we got? G? Great. Fabulous. I'm not going to change those dots. We got to be able to find the G, right? So you recognize that shape is based off of that G7, which looks like that E7 that we had right there. We've got to be able to take these shapes and just set up camp. Notice that we have, oh, okay, I can find that. If I were to help you with this, I would take this and scoot it just like that. Look at that. And it might not work with the scale of the frets, but that's what we have to do in our brains. Is just take this entire conveyor belt of ideas and just be able to scoot them around. Use our anchors and be able to find our bearings, and and then we'll be good. So let's jam over this G. So we'll have our shapes. Now we do this. Sounds just like the opening to Soul Man, because that's the exact same set of notes. Nice, right? And again. That gets to be fun. Who doesn't want to be able to do that? Because look, if I took the drums away and the bass away, and if I was still playing with that kind of like, literally, if someone was playing like that and I was walking the dog and I just like literally walking my dog and I heard someone playing that on a street corner, I'd be like, oh, I gotta go home and get my guitar. I'll be right back. That sounds fun. I want to join in with that. I want to add a little. In fact, this is the type of stuff that I do when you guys aren't here. I'll be like, you know what I mean? Anyway, you can get lost in the sauce, and that's good for you. It's good for your brain. It's good for your soul. Questions, comments, concerns, let me know. I'm just having a hoot with this bit of the potpourri selection. So this, I will take the dots away so you can kind of see where we are with the G. And I want to help you out with this because tell me, honestly, if you would, how would you describe how it's going with playing this style of these are 6, right? Can you play them like this? can you play them punchy and percussive, or are you scared that you're going to hit the other open strings and have it sound kind of junky? Because the trick to that is the muting, and this is one of the things that does kind of bum us out, is that we don't realize that muting might be the thing that's tripping up our ability to play clean rhythm guitar. Because we think, oh, well, muting is the notes you're not playing, so I don't need to worry about that, right? I'm already not playing the notes, so I'll just keep not playing them. Okay, so when we do this, we've got to be able to have the other strings muted. So notice that my index finger, and this is just years of habit, it covers the other strings. So you've got to be able to do that where you are just covering what the strings that you don't want to be playing, right? Okay, so try that, just strumming through all the strings, letting none of them come out. And even when you're muting, you got to make sure, like, oh, that's not muting. You got to get all of them. It's got to, because you now want this, like, sort of nice percussive. You want that as a part of your sound. This becomes part of the. Boy, see, I pressed down. I don't want that. No, I want. Okay, so I'm not just hitting. I'm hitting all these other percussive notes. So you got to mute the strings, and then as you reach down with this, it helps to have your, I find, have your wrist a little bit out this way, because it allows these fingers to stack on the same fret a little bit more easily. Because watch, if I'm like this, if I'm playing to sort of parallel to the neck, it's tougher to get these fingers to stack on top on the same fret. But if I'm like that, it's easier. Just sort of makes sense. So go easy on yourself, and then it's a bit of a compromise. You have to sort of like kind of find a sweet spot in the middle, try to cover up the strings, or if you're comfortable doing that, you can do it. But just make sure you have your strings muted so that when you come through, and it's not an exact science, there'll be times where you get a stray string, and that's what humans are here for until further notice, let's hope. Okay, so let's try that. I think it was this one? No, it's this one. Dig it. Okay, I'm checking to see what other questions there are. Realize we can mash to the 4 chord when we move up to G7, like we did with E7. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very much the take it with you wherever you go type of thing with guitar. These shapes are portable. And then you will all, hopefully, as you do this, you'll start to see the nearby options. So if I go back several steps and put those dots up there, like, these are all those shapes there for E, right? So we had this E sort of constellation of different. Once we go to the A is going to take its version of that, which means that if I were to overlay, and this will look crazy, and I realize it, but just go with me for 1 second. If I were to, like, drawing in white here, just overlay where all of the equivalent stuff for the 4 chord, in this case the A7, like there's that, and then A has, just to show you that there's so much on top of each other, and this is why you have to practice moving the shape so you don't get confused as this stuff happens. But you're going to have so much proximity to do some really cool, like, just nearby moves. So if I was doing like the all those kind of moves that I'm sure we played bits and pieces of, maybe in songs where it was tabbed out. But if you're able to feel like, oh, I could go from this E to this A, from this E to this A, from this E, let's do this one, or maybe like this one, we'll do like to A, let's do this one. Right? You could literally build a whole solo out of chords that move kind of like puzzle pieces into each other. So those are some ideas there. One we don't have much time. We're going to jump in a few minutes and make sure that we're ready to hop over into that Zoom. And I will drop that Zoom link here. Don't tell Tony that I just dropped the Zoom link directly, because most people have had to sign up through email and then get it sent to them. But I think he'll be glad that we're coming over. We're all going to be good, happy, friendly, lovely people, right? So it's going to be a good time. There you go. Just grab that, and I'm sure there's probably like a nice waiting room or something there already where people are kicking it. And again, this is going to be guitar legends in there: Guthrie Trapp, Robbie McIntosh, Mike Stern, the Gristle Master, myself, and we're just going to be talking about this incredible retreat that's coming up in Scotland in August. Very excited about it. Guitar Dreams Retreat, luxury. It's going to be amazing. Speaking of luxury, treat yourself to 2 weeks free in my community. It's these guitar workouts. This is guitar workout number 565. There's a preposterous number of workouts that you can watch any and all of the replays. But I want you to think of it less like, I need to watch all of those, versus more like just the endless archive of just, Chat GPT, but you've got Chat GFT. You just enter in whatever topic you're interested in, and it'll pull something up from the previous workout. Somebody give me a topic. Let me see if we can find something. For example, if I just search, I don't know, if I search blues rhythm, if I spell it right. See, that's the thing. Spelling is going to be the Achilles heel of us all. Bada boom, bada bang. Yeah, look at that. So these were the workouts we did this past week, and then a whole bunch of other ones from way back in the day. Blues rhythm riffs. Oh, this is great. This is great. The Blues Country Buffet. And these are things that you can click on and watch the workouts just like this. And they always have the overlays and the dots and the doodads. So that's the deal, my friends. Let's see what other grooves we have here. Maybe some different keys. Ooh, what key do we have there? What key do we have there? To bar or not to bar? Yeah, people have been starting to call them BAR, like down at the bar chords. It's like, sure. But the correct spelling is the one you use, Sarah. That's right. The barare. I'm one of those people who is good at Spanish, but I can't roll my R's. Very bad. All right, what do we got here? Is it C? Hey, Krishna. No, the Zoom link that I just dropped is for Tony's webinar. And that I got that, he sent that to me, but typically people had to sign up for his email list and then they get sent the link. So that's all that is, yeah. That should take you directly to it though. And that's where we're headed, in a minute or so. I'm gonna play some minor blues over this, so. Yeah, there's the calendar searching function that sometimes get overlooked. But you can go scrolling back through all the workouts. Look at it over here. Shaboing boing. Like, here's our schedule. This is the one that we're doing today. And if I go to the past workouts, some of my members probably don't even know this. You click on this little calendar icon here, and then look at, those are all the previous workouts, and when you click on any of them, I think they pop up right away. You see the artwork and the whole deal. And yeah, you can just get groovy with it. Yeah, baby. All right. Checking in over here on my Facebook, people. Hope you had a good time. Hope you can come join us. It's going to be at the top of the hour. Dominic's over there. Oh, Dominic ordered a hoodie. Yeah, the new hoodie. That's awesome. I think it's a good time of year for the hoodie, right? That's one of my favorite shapes. I like it so much, I refuse to really learn exactly why I like it. You know what I mean? I've decided not to decode it. I just know how to find it. And what I love about it is that I can play it down here. And the way that I locate it is that there's my 5th string root for that C minor. So I just I see that shape in my head, and that's how I identify where to go. And then I can also do it up here. Nice and dreamy, right? And that one's easy to remember because it has the root on the 1st string. So start to notice, you'll probably hear me doing that move all over the place now because I'm always doing it. Snazzy, right? And then back to the octave up there. So that's all I got for you, gang. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you over there in the Zoom. Have a great rest of your weekend. Dave, I'm not sure what you're referencing. Did the date change for the electronic card? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, no, you're right. That's a good reminder. I was working on it yesterday, and then I forgot to launch it live. I was working very hard on it, and the virtual version, I'll make sure. Good reminder. Thank you. We have this Fretso, so many announcements, but the Fretso playing card, guitar playing card deck, the virtual version is version 1 at least, where you guys can start kicking the tires. I'll post that later today, and it'll be within the community, so yes. Look for that announcement. But right now, look for a good time over there in the Zoom room, and I'll catch you there. All right, how about that?